So good evening to everybody, and how is your day going? How is everybody doing? Let me see how many people that is available to join us so that we can spend this beautiful Friday evening together. Hope I got it right today. This is Friday evening. Yesterday was Thursday and I thought it was Friday. So people came and said, Uncle, yesterday was Thursday. That was when I knew we've not reached Friday. Well, guys, welcome to my live broadcast. I appreciate everyone as you join me, like and share so that we can get the party started this evening. Like and share so that we can get the party started. So, Sylvester Ubianke, good evening to you, the first to join me. Paul by Waters is in the building. Paul by Waters, I see you. So, Ikejaro, long time. Okori Chidebere, Sunday, good evening to you. So, Paul by Waters, I see you. How are you doing, Paul by Waters? Bosco, Bosco, good evening to you. So, where are my homies at? Where are my people at? As you join me, just like and share this. Yeah, Paul by Waters, I see I've given you a shout out. I've greeted you. I greeted you first. I saw you first. So, man, the whole place is boring. I'm home alone, so I decided to come out and spend the evening with you guys. Home alone. You know how we do it. It is Friday evening, so I decided to come out. Well. Man, I, I shot a video, and I shot a nice video. I went outside and I shot a nice video. So when I wanted to post that video, I took a second glance at that video. God's last born, I see you. Then I discovered, I ate vegetable in the afternoon. So the vegetable I ate, some of them, the remnants were hanging on my teeth. I did not know. It was when I went to post the video, I saw that there were also vegetables were all over my teeth. I said, God, my enemies would have laughed at me this today. Because when I saw, I said, what is this dark sin on my? I saw the video, vegetable everywhere, some leaf, I said, what's going on? Very nice video. That was why I did not post anything today. I for disgrace myself. So I would, Miss Mendes, it wasn't a joke. I would have disgraced myself. I saw one black something. I said, my enemies for laugh me. They will screenshot that video and use it for comedy. Say this man has not washed his teeth for over 50 years. You got a gist now. So, guys, you're welcome. Yes, even somebody told me I would have gone viral. Miss Mendes, I don't know why I did not, but I still have it, but I'm scared to post that video. Okay, Okorie, Chidebere, no wahala, no problems. However you want. Okay, so, Miss Mendes, yes, I thought about that. Maybe I would post that video because my teeth, the lips, even somebody told me I should post the video. That video was very fine. But that leaf spoiled it. The video was very fine, but the leaf, I had no strength to, continue making another video. I just came back home. I said, man, I have enough. Even I wanted not, I remembered my guys are waiting for me. Let me go live. Came back, ate a lot of cashews, and man, life is boring in Europe. I will not lie you. Life is boring in abroad. Very, very boring. Very boring. I will not lie you. What do I do all day long? That is but if not for social media, some people, a lot of people will be depressed. If not for social media, a lot of people will be depressed. So guys, how many people do we have here? A lot of people have not. Michael be balling. Life is boring in Europe here. And today, I'm home alone. My children, my wife, they have gone to birthday, what is it called, birthday party. You see, one of my son has a birthday party celebration. You see, they are enjoying themselves. They don't even invite me. They cook nice food, host party. The man can stay on his own. This is why I keep telling men, I say, listen, take care of yourself. Prepare for your old age. Sometimes these children doesn't have your time. They don't have your time. Prepare for old age. That is it. That's have your own back. I keep saying it. Have your own. Are you hearing any noise in my home? No noise. Where are they? They are cooking and eating and enjoying, celebrating birthday. They don't say that you want to join. They don't even ask. They say this man can take care of himself. And that is why you see some men, but I respect African culture. African culture, these are our ancestors, they sorrowed. As they get older, you see them marry a second wife, a younger wife that will be there for them, that will give them children. Those men were strong. Somebody said I keep shouting at my children. When we were small, we were beaten, we were flogged. Still, we loved our parents. When we were small, we were beaten, flogged, punished severely. Yet, we showed our parents love. Let me tell you something you may not know. And this is why I came out this evening. Let me tell you. Many of us came out, many people you see today came to abroad because of the love they have for their parents. Many people took risk because of the love they have for their parents. Yes, not all, but many, majority of the people you see, even not only in abroad, all over. Even that punishment we received from our parents even was the thing that made us who we are today, toughened us. The children here, ordinary, if you talk to them, they say you beschimped them. They say you spoke to them anyhow. They need to be raised tough. That's why they are very soft, the children that were born here. If you talk to them, they say, why are you talking to them like these are your children? Because they compare. You see that European mentality. They compare. Europeans don't beat their children. Many Africans don't beat their children. Even when you talk hard, you become an enemy. When you talk hard to your children, and sometimes you see your wife or maybe your wife will come in between to protect the children. You understand me? But the thing is, as a man, make sure you work hard and keep things aside for rainy days. Let me tell you. So that when push comes to shove, you have something to fall back on. So guys, you're welcome to my... guys, as you... Like only Michael the Ballin is the one liking and sharing. Someone is liking on Facebook too. I'm not seeing liking, I'm not seeing sharing. Pour by waters too, I appreciate you. So let's go. I don't want us to kill time, to waste time so much. This is Friday evening. The people that may join later can rewatch it on my YouTube page or Facebook page. So that's it. And this program is for everybody. The topic for tonight's broadcast is think before you act. Think before you act. Okay, because many people have acted stupidly, and that action, took them to where they don't know. You know what I mean by where they don't know? That action resulted in their going to prison or them going to prison. They ended up in prison. Some, the action they took against their husband, their wife, their children, a work colleague, some were not able to control their temper. And today they are living in regret. That's the topic for this evening broadcast is think before you act. And it's going to be an interesting broadcast. Somebody said this evening, I shouted, or I usually shout to my children. I do shout to my children. That's not the truth. But I talk hard to them at times. See, Mohammed, Kevin, I saw you are living in Indonesia. Good to have you here. See, when I became an adult, no matter the punishment my father gave me, my brother gave me, I still had them in my mind. Because at a time, listen to me very well, at a time, my parents became broke and we relocated to the village. So when my parents became broke, we had nothing. We only had the village land, our family house, and some plots of land where we farmed. Fatma, I see you. Fatma, thank you for the likes. We only had some plot of land where we farmed, we cultivated some crops. Okay. So my mama was getting old, my father was getting old, and there was nothing. I suffered hunger. Everybody, there were times we had nothing to eat in the village. You know what I mean? That was early 80s, around 1981, 82. It was very tough. Everybody began to look for how to survive legally. So we began to struggle. We became curious. We became restless, struggling how to survive. Do you understand what I mean? And because we have old people at home who couldn't work, who were not able to make money anymore, Papa was at home, Mama was at home. Jamie Swesin, I see you. Papa was at home, Mama was at home. Because of that responsibility we have towards our parents, listen, we were very cautious. I don't know who this message might be for this evening, but listen to me. When we remember that, see, before you take any action, remember you have a father, you have a mother, you have a child or children to take care of. I'm going to touch every area this night. Before you become uncontrollable, even when it comes to controlling your anger, you need to remember you have a child, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have parents to take care of. These things, when you have it in mind, will guide you, will make you to be careful in life. A lot of people don't remember that they have obligation, they have duty, they have obligations towards their parents, towards their children, towards their wife or their husband. Hussein Mohammed, good evening to you. Many people don't remember. I know so many people today, they are in prison and their children are outside helpless. Some men are in prison and their wives are outside helpless because they did not think before they acted. Yes, you need to remember each time. Even there were reasons I told you guys when I came to this country. I did not involve myself in certain things, in certain businesses, in certain deals. Did you know why? Because I knew my father was waiting for me at home. My mother, all eyes were on me to carry action. All eyes were on me to make things happen. So I avoided problems. Yes, when you remember that all eyes are on you, people are watching you, people are hoping on you, people are expecting you to carry action, you be careful in life. When I see, man, I went outside today. When I see some people, you got the gist now. When I see some men, there are some men, 50 years they are kaput. You know what I mean by kaput? 50 years they are kaput. They are walking with rollator. They cannot move anymore. Did you know why? Their lifestyle, bad lifestyle. They finished themselves with, I saw two young men. I am even older than them. They couldn't walk. They are using this rollator. Alcohol finished them. These are black men. You know, I thought to myself, I said, listen, Rahim, I see you. I said, listen, before you become addicted to alcohol, think about your responsibilities. Before you become addicted to drugs, cocaine or heroin, think about your responsibilities. Listen, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have children, you have parents who are, looking up to you. Especially, there are some children that have no father anymore. See, there are some children whose fathers, some children, their fathers died early and they are leaving them with their mother only. When you know you don't have a father, you take maximum care. When you know that your father is no more, the pillar of the home is no more, there are some things you don't even touch. Like marijuana, alcohol, any kind of drugs, any kind of bad lifestyle. Because whatever you do will affect your mother, will affect your junior ones. Let me tell you, there are some women who do not know how to fetch money. Especially some women that are in Africa. There are some people, it's not everybody that has business acumen, business intelligence. It's not everybody knows how to, trade or do business. There are so many women who relied entirely on their husbands. And when the husband died, they became helpless and broke. Some of these women are looking up to, they are depending on their children for survival, hoping that their children, their sons or their daughters would become useful and become somebody in life. Now, if you know that your mother, you know the poverty in your home, and you know that your mother is looking up to you, or even your father is sick, you'd have An unhealthy father. Your father cannot go make money again. Wisdom demands you take care of yourself. There are certain things you don't touch. There are certain kind of life you don't live. Even you need to avoid even avoiding women, avoiding men. There are anything that will distract you from becoming successful in life. You keep away from it. Whatever that will distract you from becoming useful in life, you keep away from it. Today, did you know how many guys that are junkies? I'm telling you, in abroad here. I lived with many guys that, in fact, their lives are ruined. Hardcore junkies. And when you look at these guys today, in fact, their life have no meaning. I'm talking about black men. Black men that I met here that are junkies. Some self sold the properties they were able to make in Africa. They sold the properties they made back then, brought the money to Europe, used the money to sniff powder. I know so many young men today. If you go to Africa, in Europe today, so many young men that are useless. They are drug addicts. You cannot ask them of €5 and they provide it for you. They are not worth €5. All the money they are making, all the money that comes their way, every money that comes their way, they use it to either sniff powder, heroin, or cocaine. And if you are living this kind of lifestyle, did you know what? I mean, you just finished your parents. You made them hopeless. You disappointed yourself and you disappointed your parents. There is a purpose why you were born. You were born to serve a purpose to be useful to you and to your generation, your parents, even the people around you. This is why I keep telling people, be careful who you follow. Be careful who you call a friend. Because most of the guys that went the wrong way were influenced by wrong friends. We are influenced by corrupt friends. They say, bad company corrupts good manners. If you follow corrupt people, they will influence you negatively. I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of young Europeans. I told you guys I went to prison many times, not because of crime, but because of traffic offense. I went to prison many times. And there I met so many young drug addicts who were in the same cell. And I spoke to a lot of them. So many of them told me, they narrated to me how they became drug addicts. Did you know how? Their boyfriends, some of the boys, their girlfriends introduced them into drug taking, drug consumption. Some guys, some boys, their boyfriends also introduced them. Man, probiamal, try it, you will feel high. It doesn't matter. This is just to feel good. And you stupidly start trying it. Before you know it, you become an addict. I told you guys I smoked cigarettes when I was much younger. How did I begin to smoke cigarettes? I hung out with, I started smoking at the age of 13 years. I wanted to be a guy. I'm a young man that is so curious. I wanted to belong. I wanted to be a guy. I followed two guys to one restaurant then. That was the first time I drank beer and I smoked. I saw them smoking and I tasted it. I was like 13 years. I tested it. I felt like, man, I've now grown, man. A young boy that smokes cigarettes. This is how they live in abroad. Small children, they smoke. 16 years, they smoke. I was feeling like, man. So now I'm smoking. I was feeling somehow like a big boy who smokes. I was 13 years. Each time these guys want to go outside, they will call me, we go. First time, I didn't feel, I just inhaled the smoke and puffed it out. Next time I started, gradually, did you know what? As time progressed, my body began to demand for the smoke. As time progressed, I was like 13, 14 years then. My body began to demand for cigarettes. Gradually, I became addicted to smoking cigarettes. And guess what? That was the most difficult thing to quit. I fought many years to quit ordinary cigarette smoking. It took me years. I made decisions. I said, I promised myself, I said, after today, I wouldn't smoke again. The next 2, 3 days, you see me smoking, especially when your friends are smokers, when you make that resolution, when you decide you are not going to smoke, and you have friends or people that are living with you who smokes, when they smoke, if you inhale that smoke, that hunger to smoke will come. Or if you are a smoker and somebody near you is smoking, before you know it, you say, man, let me just smoke for today. You take it, you take a stick and you smoke. One of the greatest battles I faced in life was to quit cigarette smoking. It took me years. Especially if you have a good woman or a good man who loves you, who don't want you to die, she will help you out. Yes, the person you live with can also help you quit bad lifestyle. Because somebody who loves you would not want you to harm yourself, wouldn't want you to die, wouldn't want you to be sick. The person. There are so many people, let me tell you, there are so many people, their partners unalive them, that is intentionally or unintentionally. Yes. I know some people, some men, when they go outside, what happens? They buy alcohol for their wives or their husband. You the woman, if you go outside, if you are buying alcohol for your husband, you are not showing him love. You want to unalive that man. If you are buying alcohol, stocking the fridge with alcohol, filling the fridge with alcohol, you don't love your husband or your wife. Love is strict. You are supposed to, no, I don't want to lose you as a wife. I don't want to lose you as a husband. What am I going to do if you are no more there? So your wife who loves you will fight you and make sure you quit alcohol consumption. Now, when it comes to drug, like cocaine or heroin, you are taking powder, man, that is a serious case. This is why I tell people, don't even start. Did you know how many years I stopped smoking? More than 30-something years. But it was a war. I didn't smoke marijuana. I wasn't addicted to marijuana or anything. Ordinary cigarette, then St. Maurice. Or these things. It was a war to stop it. As a young boy, I can never try it. And even alcohol. You see, alcohol. All these things, there are spirits behind it. All these things, there are spirits behind it. A drug addiction, cigarette addiction, alcohol addiction, to be honest, it's not something you can start now. I know somebody, till today, not somebody self, many people, till today, they have been unable to quit. And many of them, they have nothing in life. Till today, they are not able to quit alcohol. Some cannot. Till today, they still smoke marijuana. They want to stop it, but it's not possible. Some people will tell you, marijuana is legalized in some countries, it's medicinal. You don't know what you are talking to yourself. How can you be inhaling smoke? You are inhaling smoke into your lungs, and somebody told you it is medicinal. It cures this cancer, it cures this, and you believe. Who told you that smoke is healthy for the lungs? Some will tell you marijuana is this. It's a lie. You are just destroying yourself. I know some people that started smoking in their secondary school days. Till today, they are in their 60s. They have not stopped. The money they have spent buying marijuana, when it comes to even drugs, forget it. That is, when I talk about drugs, I'm talking about heroin and cocaine. This is the worst. I heard in Africa now, they are selling so many kind of capsules and so many kind of drugs in Africa that children are taking, young boys. And many young boys are drug addicts today. What's the hope? Why I'm making this video? I'm making this video. I don't know who is watching. See, if you are poor and healthy, you are good. You can still bounce back. If you are poor and you are not addicted to alcohol, you are not addicted to marijuana, you are not a drug addict, you can always succeed in life. You will make it. See, these things damages the brain. A lot of people don't know. The more alcohol you consume, the more cigarettes you consume, the more these things, it damages the brain. Your brain will not be active anymore. I'm not telling you lie. These things are very dangerous. So, I told you guys, there are so many people I know today. They are gone. When I mean they are gone, I'm not telling you they are dead. But they used their own life. They used their own hands to useless their lives. Today, even the parents are just crying. The parents don't know what to do. When you know you have nobody, you have nobody to support you, you have nobody to help you, wisdom is you be careful and help yourself. This is even something, what you should know by yourself. You should look around you. You look your family. You look your family house, your home, where you come from. When you look at your home, is that how your family is supposed to be like? Do you have progress in your family? Do you have somebody in your family? Are you the hope of the family? Some people, a lot of people, don't have any reasonable house in their villages. They have nothing. And there is nobody in the family that can raise money. And when you remember these things, wisdom is you keep away from certain bad lifestyles. I'm telling you, that even looking at the poverty, yes, poverty is enough to make you wise. Poverty is enough to make you wise. Say, man, I cannot do this because if I do it, my family is finished. See, wise men run away from trouble. Foolish men run to trouble. Get what I'm saying? Wise men run away from trouble. Fools run to trouble. I titled this evening broadcast, Think Before You Act. Here in Vienna, I know so about 2 people that are serving life sentence in prison, in Vienna prison today. You know why? Because one unalived the wife. The wife cheated on him and he unalived the woman. Another involved himself in a fight and he unalived the opponent. These 2 people are serving. One went to prison 2022, 22 years ago. He was a customer of mine. This guy had been a customer of mine for many years. He was a Jehovah's Witness. Very gentleman. The man doesn't talk. Very gentle. He always carries that Jehovah's Witnesses bag whenever he comes to my shop to have a haircut. He was a very friendly. I never knew that guy could get violent. Now listen. This guy got passports. Now traveled to his country, married a very beautiful woman. You see, he went to his country and married a very beautiful woman. When the woman came here, before you know it, as the woman arrived here, the woman began to cheat on him. The guy discovered that the woman was cheating on him. The guy got violent and unalived the woman. The police came. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. He wasn't the only one. There are so many stories like that in US, all around Europe. Think before you act. Let me go further. I cannot take because of a woman and spend the rest of my life in prison. I cannot take because you that is watching me, don't take because of a man or a woman or any human being and spend the rest of your life in prison. It's not worth it. That is why I told you, you think before you act. They say a wise man controls his temper. There are so many cases. When I was driving taxi, there are so many occasions I would have even fought some people that provoked me. But when I look back, I only roar like a lion and I withdraw. When I was driving taxi, I've come into situations where I would have fought some people like 20 times, but I did not. Because in fights, anything goes. You may be provoked or the person may injure you and you take an action that you will regret your entire life. Now, before, because I've seen so many men and women go to extreme because they caught their wife cheating or because the wife or the husband betrayed them. I've seen so many men and women involved in such. I always think like this. Listen, this is my line. This is how I think. Now, if my woman betrays me, if my woman disappoints me, now, there are millions of women in US. There are millions of women in Africa, in Europe here. I'm going to get another chance. I will still find love. I will still get another woman. Why should I take because of one woman that I married and spend the rest of my life in prison? In some countries, they may even unalive you for deleting the life of your wife. I've seen so many real life stories of people who lacked self-control, and today they are sitting in jail, regretting their actions. You took because of one person, and you useless your life. I know some people may say, well, they couldn't take it. The provocation was too much, especially when they tell you you are a man. You say you hit your hand on your chest. You say you are a man. Forget that thing. You cannot take it. You need to take it. You must endure it. That endurance, that tolerance is what makes you a man, not violence. I've been tempted to do so many things, even I regretted even raising my hand on certain people. I'm telling you. Yes, I regretted it. Because sometimes the person may provoke you. And if the person provoke, if that is maturity is you learning to walk out of trouble. I'm telling you. Today, man, this life is one so. The second, the part two of this life is not promised. This life is one time. Part two is not promised. It's not guaranteed. So, when you tell me, Inam said people need to be disciplined when they come to foreign land. It's not only in foreign land. Wherever you live. Wherever you live. Yes. Before you act, before you act, you've got to think it properly. You need to learn to be patient in life. You need to be patient in life. Learn how to be patient in life. That is, always wait for your time. And when situations arise that you cannot bear or you cannot control, you walk away from that situation, from that trouble. Some of these troubles were set spiritually, but you may not know. Before I would go to prison, before I would spend the rest of my life in prison, do you know what it means to lock you up inside one room all the days of your life? Or for 5, 6 years. See, let me tell you. Let me tell you. You see my age, I'm in my 50s now. Anything that will make me to go to prison, I will avoid it. Whatever that will make me go to prison at this age, even if it is, there is nothing you can do that will make me take actions that may lead me to prison. For what now? And this is the mistake a lot of people have made. A young boy, maybe in Africa or in Europe, you are in your 30s or early 40s. You go involve yourself in some kind of business. Listen, I titled this program, I said, before you take any action, think. Before you carry any action, maybe you want to go into any business, consider your age. If you are 35 years or 40 years and go to prison for 10 years, listen attentively. If you are 40 years and you go to prison for 10 years, you come out at the age of 50 years. If you are 35 and you go to prison for 5 years, you come out at the age of 40 years. Let me tell you what happens when you go to prison. Some people don't know. Let me tell you what happens when you go to prison. Now listen. When you go to prison, when they lock you inside prison, you are like a dead person. I'm telling you the truth. That the only difference between you and the dead person is you are breathing and eating. That 5 years will be wasted years in your life. When you go to prison, listen, let me tell you, when you go to prison, do you know what happens to you? Let me tell you if you don't know. Your destiny is tied, locked somewhere for that 5 years. When you go to prison for 10 years, your destiny is locked somewhere, tied for 10 years. Let me tell you how. If you are outside, if you are not in prison, the time you are supposed to get yourself a wife or a husband, you are locked inside prison. The time you are supposed to born children and start raising your children, you are locked inside prison. The time you are supposed to meet your destiny helper, you are locked inside prison, because it is only when you are outside you can meet your destiny helper. The time you are supposed to, get business opportunities, you are inside prison. Do you understand me? So, you see that 5 years, 3 years, 7 years you spent inside prison, you are like a dead person. They tied your destiny somewhere for 7 years. You ask yourself, is it worth it? And let me tell you what happens at times. So many things that happens to people are spiritual. When they lock you inside prison, you may miss your destiny helper. Because for everything under the sun, there is a time and a season for it. That time, you were supposed to meet your destiny helper, the right partner, your wife, your husband, you may be inside. And another person could marry someone that was designed for you. You get the gist? That time set for you to meet your future wife or future husband. That's why I told you, when you go to prison, your destiny is tied and disrupted. If you doubt it, the time you are supposed to make babies, you are inside prison. So if eventually you come out after 5 years, 10 years, you start making babies late. When your mates, their children have grown, you are just beginning. I know so many people, their life, as they went to prison and came out, their life did not, become the same anymore. As they went to prison, their life wasn't the same anymore. And then, some people will be telling you, nah, you get heart. Do you have heart? Lion's heart. You need to do it. Say, now you're man. You say lion's heart. Say this. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Slow and steady wins the race. Many have gone. Many are sitting inside jail today, regretting, crying like a baby. Do you know what it means to lock you up for 10 years, 5 years? Even if they catch you and lock you up, and then you come out at the age of 50 without nothing, no money, no investment, nothing. Have I not told you guys the story of somebody who brought the brother here? And the guy continued to hustle. By the time the guy went to prison, the brother impregnated the wife. Some people are languishing in prison in abroad, and they have their wife and children back home. And other men, you know what's up. Before you take some actions, think. Many people only see the guys that won their battles, those that succeeded. You don't see those that failed in life. Sometimes you see some people yab you. Oh boy, they tell you, man, you are not a man. You are not doing fine. Look at your mates. Don't mind them. This is your life. I always say it. Sometimes they tell you, oh boy, even the pressure from wife, husband, anybody, don't mind them. Don't allow anybody to push you inside hole. If they push you inside hole, you are the person that will suffer it. Those people that pushed you into trouble, all of them, you will not see them when you'll be serving years in prison. All those people that are telling you, are you taking this from your wife? Are you taking this from your husband? They will not be there when you'll be serving years in prison, or you, the woman or the man. Forget that hard man and that hard woman and live your life. I'm the person telling you. Forget that hard man and hard woman and live your life. Certain things you work. See, when it comes, nobody has monopoly for violence. When it comes to violence, there is nobody. The word, you see this word, it will be brutal. Why you see we have peace is some people decided to be calm. Say, man, carry your problem, carry your wahala, they go. It's not that you sabi shoot gun more than other people. It's not that you are physically stronger than other people. You are just being stupid and unintelligent. It's not that you know. See, no matter how strong you are, there are people that are stronger than you. Have it in mind. Nobody is a champion forever. Okay, take boxing tournaments, for instance. Every now and then, Muhammad Ali came, reigned, and disappeared. Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Frank Bruno, all of them, Holyfield, Ivan Holyfield, I think that's the name. All of them, nobody is a champion forever. No matter how strong you are, somebody will show up and beat you. To live long is wisdom. To live long is wisdom. Running away from problem. I just told you, I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson. Taiwas, I appreciate you. I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson. Until one day, they dropped him in the ring. I was shocked. Nobody is a champion forever. And nobody is stronger, to be honest. Goliath never knew. See, Goliath underestimated David. Listen, Goliath underestimated David. Goliath thought he was too powerful. David was a small boy. Look, a boy of about 14, 15 years. He laughed at, if you go to the Bible story, he laughed at the Israelites. How come you brought such a dog, a small boy, to come and fight me? No matter how strong or how big you are, there is always somebody that can take you out. This is life. And I've said these things many times. The worst that you can do in life is to underestimate anybody. People can pull surprises. The worst you can do in life as a man, when you see somebody making noise, I will show you, that person has no wisdom. Because life is full of surprises. Some people will not even fight you physically. I told you guys there are different arts of war. There are some people, they don't have physical strength. I'm telling you, some people don't have physical strength. They cannot exchange blows with you. or fight you in any way. They will not do it. As far as you looked for trouble, you wronged them, they will go spiritual. You will not know what fought you in life or who fought you. As far as you are at fault, you looked that they will judge your case spiritually and you go collect. 1,000,000%. Unless your hand is clean, you will escape. If your hand is not clean and they report your case in the spiritual realm, when you see how all these people that say they are strong men, if they don't cool down, you see that they fall. Before you know, you ask of, now how about this guy? They say the guy don't follow. The guy is dead. All those guys that are always at the forefront, they know they agree, men, watch them. They are the first cowards at times lives longer than brave men. Cowards. Yes. Let them call you a coward, but stay alive and fulfill your destiny. Those strong men, those strong man, oh boy, they are hailing you, you know, as they are praising you. Don't allow them praise you to your doom. Don't allow them praise you to your doom. When I was driving taxi, I always talk about my taxi experience. One day, I had a passenger. This man was 94 years at that time. So, but the man happened to, he said he wanted to sit close to me. He said he wanted to sit close to me, near the driver's seat. I said, the front seat. So I shifted the seat back, and I said, yes, okay, Oga, sit. So the man sat close to me. So the man told me, as he sat, he told me few days would be his 95th birthday. In few days, he was going to be, because I'm a friendly person. I like, discussing, sharing people up. So the man said, in few years, he was going to be 95 years. Guys, 1 second. What was this again? No. So, as a curious man, as a wise man, I asked him, I said, sir, please, what was your life like? How did you live? How come you lived up to 94 years? I want to learn from you. Tell me, which kind of food did you eat? What did you avoid? The man told me, he said, what kept him alive was fear. I said, you said what? He said, what kept him alive was fear. Running away from problems. Again, eating the right food. He said he don't drink alcohol, and he doesn't drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes. He said what kept him alive was fear. Now let me tell you what the man said. We learn every day. The man told me during the Hitler War, during the Second World War, the Hitler War, 1938 to 1945, during the Second World War. He said, Austria and Germany fought the Second World War. He said when they were recruiting soldiers, young men, 18 years, 20 years, even 17 years, things like that, 20 years, young men to go fight, defend the Nazi regime, The guy said he hid himself in Keller. You know what is Keller? That's cellar. Is that what you call it? In German language, you call it Keller, underground room. He said for those years he lived underground, he only sneaked out, always sneak out to go look for food And he said sometimes he went hungry. Each time he told me there was a family that refused to give him bread when he was hungry. He said throughout those years, he was hiding under the keller for years. He said he was scared of dying. And he survived and the war ended. Guess what? Now the man told me he goes to schools to go tell his stories, goes to schools to tell students his stories. They do invite him as at that time. That was around 2016, 17 that I had him as a passenger. I don't know if the man is still alive because as at that time, he was about to get to 95 years. So he told me that as at that time, they do invite him to schools to come and he tell his stories. And the man, as at that time, the man he was not even using staff, or this walking stick. He was still moving on his own at the age of 95 years. So he said what saved him, he survived because he was scared. And again, the man told me that his main food is hafaflocon, that is oatmeal. He said he eats oatmeal mainly, hafaflocon. You see. But what I grabbed from the man's story was fear. And fear is a natural instinct. It's a natural instinct. When you see something, that natural fear is supposed to be. All these things they tell you now, you are brave. That bravery has to have limits. Nowhere, there must be a limit to that your bravery. As a wise man. Because somebody once told me a story. You need to choose your fights wisely. Listen. One time I traveled, I'm a man that like listening to people, listening to stories. Somebody told me a story. One man took his car to a mechanic many years ago. This man was doing well. The man was a car owner, doing well, had his business. So he took his car to a mechanic. It was as if the mechanic did something wrong in his car or whatever. And arguments ensued. Instead of that car owner to avoid certain situations, the man was like being stubborn that he wouldn't agree that a mechanic that was worthless, the mechanic that your life is more, valuable than his life. So this man he was arguing with the mechanic. People came to separate them. The man said he wanted to show a car owner, a businessman, said he wanted to show the mechanic. Fights ensued. Because he spoke to the mechanic spoke back. The man wanted to prove a strong man. As fights happened, the mechanic grabbed a weapon. And that was the end of the man. Foolish death. Foolish death. Let's go further. You see, there are some fights you don't need to involve yourself in. Yes. I learned something here in Austria, and that thing has helped me a lot. I learned something here in Austria. Let me tell you. Told you guys I was a taxi driver. You see, I happen to have met very rich Austrian people. And I've met them also on the way. Not that I went I've had them as passengers. See, these people are very, very careful and they are fearful. When you see them in supermarkets or have any kind of, they run away from people. Some of them, you may call it's not racism. Even sometimes I remember back then, sometimes you talk to them, you shout to them, they stay quiet, they just walk away. You discover when they walk away, you see the kind of expensive cars they drive. Some, when they are sitting inside their car, if they see you approaching, you see them zoom up. You see them drive off. So, when they are sitting inside their car and they see you coming, you see them stylishly drive off. It's not that they are scared of you. They don't want to lose their life in the hand of a useless person. So, now, when I was driving taxi, man, if you see the kind of houses some of these Austrian people have, the kind of houses they live, very expensive houses, houses that are worth millions of euros. These are people that their parents left inheritance for. Some worked so hard to be able to buy those properties. So, people that have such a nice life, they have beautiful houses, they have made their life. It is normal that they run away from problems in order to stay alive and to enjoy their properties. You get it? Why rich people run away from poor people or avoid problem is because they want to enjoy what they labored for. You get the gist now? Yes. So if you have done, even most of the guys that are living in abroad here, when they travel to Africa, what happens? They hide. Why are they hiding? A lot of people, when they travel to Africa, you see them, unless people that are completely broke. It is only people that are completely broke who have nothing to lose that goes everywhere, because if kidnappers or armed robbers carry them, nothing they happen. Yes. But people that have things in life are always careful and fearful. Why? You know. Because when you look at your life, you've toiled, you've labored all your life to build your magnificent, what's it called? Duplex with swimming pool or bungalow. Or you have your apartment in abroad. Would you want to go and die anyhow? No. You want to stay alive in order to enjoy what you labored for or what you inherited from your parents. You see that wisdom. That is why the made men and women run away from problem. I know one man, the man was a very rich man. If you see how the man, I'm talking about here, if you see how the man is running away from people, even he doesn't want people to know himself. If you see the man's buildings here in First District, if you see how he's running away from people, see, the people that want to die are those whose life have no meaning. People who have the worst mistake you will make in life is to fight somebody who has nothing to lose, somebody who has nothing to his name. That fight's no go finish. There are people that they have nothing to their name. If you make mistake, involve yourself, you are their problem. They will make you their problem. Don't fight somebody who has nothing to lose. That fight's not the finish. Ah, let's go further. See, pour by waters, I'm telling you. See, you see all these guys that blow themselves up. All those guys that you see blow themselves up in the name of religion. If you look at their, if you check their background, they have nothing. Before somebody would decide to go blow himself up in the name of religion, you know that anybody that has something, somebody that is enjoying life, you have duplex, you have cars, you have businesses, you have children, you have a beautiful wife or husband, handsome husband. Why would you go and waste your life? The people that do that are those that have nothing to lose in life. People whose life is worthless. These are the people that go and blow themselves. Why should you? You understand what I mean now? When you know that you have a bright future, things are going well with you in life or going well for you, why should you blow yourself up? Why should you want it? You want to remain alive and enjoy life. You enjoy, that's enjoyment all day long. Everybody, you are a celebrity. People will circle you. Everybody will be friendly to you. People will smile at you. You lack nothing. Beautiful life. So you've got to learn to choose your battles wisely. And like I titled this broadcast, I titled it, Think Before You Act. Whatever action you may take or you may choose to take that will lead you or that will cause you to regret your life, don't try it. See, this is why I always advise people have alternatives in life. Make sure, even if you are living in Europe, make sure you have one or two investments in your home country. Yes, because in life, nothing is guaranteed. Sometimes you see a woman grow up, your woman that you are living with or the husband you are living with may change her behaviors towards you. And if that woman changes her behaviors towards you, or the man changes his behaviors towards you, maybe when age is against you, what do? You need to be proactive in thinking. When your wife or your husband betrays you or disappoints you, maybe in your 60s, and you have nothing to fall back on in Africa, what do? Frustration sets in. This is why you see a lot of people, a lot of guys in Africa. Not Africa. A lot of guys in abroad, even in Africa, in US, in Europe here. People that went to Africa and married a wife, they married a woman from Africa, brought the woman to abroad. Now, when the woman misbehaves, when the woman betrays them, you see, they go to extreme. They delete the woman and go to prison. Spend it. Why should you? You see, that's why I tell you, have alternatives in life. So that even at the age of 70 years, if your husband or your wife betrays you or disappoints you, you have something to fall back on. You don't need to go to extreme. You don't need to spend your entire life in prison. Those men that are going to extreme in US, especially, I've seen more than 20 cases of some Nigerian men. See, if they have houses. If they have houses with swimming pool and have investment in Africa, do you think they would do that? Do you think they would prefer to spend the rest of their life in prison? They will not. They will not like to spend the rest of their life in prison. If you remember that if you go to Africa, you will live large. You have a beautiful house, you have businesses. Why should you end your life? Because of a woman? No. There was a man here. The wife messed up. An African man. I know the man. The wife messed up. When the man read the handwriting on the wall, when he discovered that the wife was misbehaving, the man quickly, sent every money he made to his country, to Africa. All his investments, everything, every damn kobo he made, he was investing it in Africa. Before the woman could make bam, the man carried his luggage, relocated to his country. He never came back. And now in his country, he's living like a king. He has everything, houses, cars. Said, to hell with you. He did not start fighting the woman. You did me this, you disappointed me. That is fairy tale. Story of losers. Story of people who did not plan very well. You'll be chasing the woman to earn her life, or the man. There are things, if you think it very well, you say, man, let me go. Let me go back to Africa. Let me go. At least at that age, at a certain age, you have your small bungalow, you have something that will sustain you. Instead of spending the rest of your life in prison. You see it. This is why I always advise people. Even if, we are living here, we may decide to spend our life in Europe, but have alternative. So that when you lose balance, you have something to fall on. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the future may bring. You got it just now. You just keep it there. Because you see, there is a video I want to drop. I do not know if I've told you guys this. I said, in life, keep people dependent on you. In life, keep people dependent on you, not the other way around. Not you dependent on people. If you are dependent on people, when people betray you, when they disappoint you, you will feel it. Fight to always, I said it is, always try to be on top. So that even when people disappoint you or betray you, you will not feel it. You are the one. You are the boss. You are the pillar. Nothing is happening. But when you are depending on people for everything and they disappoint you or they throw you away, man, you are effed up. Your own is finished. Your own is finished. Well, while you are investing for rainy days, don't forget to also enjoy, because nobody knows how life is going to turn out. If you go on social media, you hear stories of this person is dead, this person. While you are hustling, make out time to enjoy your life too, so that enemies will not eat the one you labored, the one you worked for. That's my message for this evening. That's my message. So, if you are, we call it in Dutch, alcoholic. If you are a drunkard, If you are addicted to alcohol, look at your husband, if you have a husband or a lover. Look at your wife, if you have a wife. Look at your children. Do you want to leave these children or this your wife or beautiful woman or beautiful and die? If you leave this your woman, if you are no more, the next day, other men will grab her. And when you are not around, as a man, you are the pillar of the home. When you are not around, a lot of things will spoil. Many things will spoil. Yes. A living dog is better than a dead lion. Don't, all these things they say, oh, lion, 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 forget it. A living dog is better than a dead lion. With this, I want to end this broadcast here. Tomorrow is another day. See, what we are praying for is never to get broke. Oh. Never. So Bank Book is in the building. Bank Book appreciates you. Bank Book appreciates you. So, I appreciate you so much, Bank Book. What we are praying for is never to get broke. When you are broke, that's not a nice place to be. That's not a nice place to be. If you have no money, everybody will talk to you anyhow. Everybody. People who are not supposed to talk to you will talk to you. Hustle. Work hard. Invest wisely. That's my message. May our enemies never overcome us or laugh at us. This life is sweet. This is why I keep telling guys, I say heaven and earth. Heaven and hell are here. When you are broke, you will know that hell is here on earth. When you have no money, you will know that money rules this world. Money rules this world. Keep something aside. You get why. They tell you. If you're empty in life, now, start working hard. If not, guys, let me end this broadcast. It's almost 10 p.m. in Vienna. I have nothing doing tomorrow morning. I'm going to go live again tomorrow morning and spend time with you guys. Story plenty. I swear. You know, it hurts when you see your husband disappointed you, betrayed you, or your wife betrayed you. It hurts. And some people go to extreme. See, these people, if I tell you stories, when somebody betray you, leave that person. Do what you can and leave that person. To be honest, nature will fight for you. This is why I stopped believing in religion. There is spirituality. Whatever you sow, you will reap. There is no evil done to man against the fellow man. No man can do you evil without that evil being redressed. That evil done to you. Anybody, if you fight somebody because you feel you can intimidate, you can oppress that person. If you see how nature works, when I become aware of how this life works, about the spiritual aspect of this life, it's not usual. And this was the misconception of these people that wrote the Bible. They said, God, God. There is a spirit being, there is power that nobody can explain. Some things, when you do it, you can never escape the punishment. Samson Keneshuku from New Delhi, I see you. There are things if you do, some evil things you do. Maybe you take what is not yours, you intimidate somebody, you oppress somebody, you do any evil because you feel you can do it and that person did you no wrong. Or you feel you can cheat that person. If you see how this life works, it is better, I'm the one telling you, it is better people betray you than you betray people. It is better people betray you, people disappoint you than you disappoint people. Only the wise will understand. If you know how this nature works, this life works. When dealing, I'm talking out of experience. When dealing with people, make sure that you did not offend them. Let them offend you. And when they offend, don't mind when they are saying they have done it. You see some people, they will tell you they have done it, there is nothing they can. Bambuk appreciates you. Yes, I'm telling you. If you see how the punishment comes, and when it starts, there is no force on earth. When the universe, when nature is fighting you, tomorrow we continue with this. That's why you see some people. You see, all these guys that are doing juju, doing money-making ritual, all these brutal ones, do heavy time juju, feel sorry for them. These people that are doing juju, forcing the hand of nature, doing juju, using juju to manipulate everything. To be honest, this feel sorry for them. Anybody that is in big time into juju, that person may shine for a few years and wither away like flower. Velvet, to be honest, even if you make the mistake of doing juju, the other day I made a video. I said, listen, I said the iniquities of the fathers shall be visited upon their children, even up till the fourth generation. Some people are saying it. There are some juju you will do, but whether you are a woman or man, it will affect generations. There are some juju you will do. Children, unborn children that have nothing to do with it, it will affect them. People don't know. See, in life, take it easy. Work hard. Wait for your time. If you were born to make money, money will come. If money doesn't come, live your life. Even there are some things you don't need to do because of your children. Don't punish your children because of greed. Yes, many actions, man. There are some people they are poor today. They are suffering today because of the actions of their mothers or their fathers, what they did. That's what they call foundational problems. Who are you? They tell you, who are you? You and your father and your mother, you are the same thing. You came from them. You are part of them. Don't you know? You and your father and your mother, you are the same thing. You came from their body. Well, guys, you are not a stranger. This is why sometimes, that's why, in fact, all these guys that you see, when there are some people that you see are shining, their things are working for some, don't even look that direction. When hence you don't know how they made the money, just be managing your life. G is so G and so it's almost 9 p.m. in London. Okay. So guys, well, this is a Friday evening. I said I should come out and spend time with you guys. Tomorrow I've got nothing doing. Thank you, Bank Book. Tomorrow I've got nothing doing. So tomorrow we continue. I'm gonna go live multiple times tomorrow. So the best you can do in life is to keep your hands clean. When I see people that go to extreme because of money, you kidnap people, you rob people, in some situations you unalive them, and take money. You just need to have a change of mind. Yes, so you just need to have it, to be frank. These things people do, maybe some of these people, don't be stubborn, foolishly stubborn. If you know the consequences of certain actions, you will not even go there, you will not try it. Guys, I want to say good night from here. Tomorrow, let me tell you guys, there are some times, a whole week, I don't have money with me, but I'm happy. I learned it from my father. I learned it from my father. There are times I have no money with me. I don't come online to beg people. I've learned how to live without money, and I'm happy. If you go, I'm home alone. Are you hearing any noise? No beer, no smoke, disciplined. Some days I go without food, but I'm happy and I like it. I dry my body. Some days I go without food. I intentionally deny myself food in order to dry my body. Yes. Even when I don't eat food, I feel better. My blood pressure goes down. All the cholesterol in my body go down, they get burnt. You see me feel good. I feel good. Does not mean, I'm not telling you not to. You need to look for money. Money is important, like I rightly said. But don't hurt anybody because of money. So tomorrow we continue with this. If they tell me, if they tell me that this is Friday, normally before, by this time I'm on the road. I'm on the road, driving, making money. If they tell me that one day I will stop driving and sit at home on a weekend like this, I will not believe it. My driver's license is still here. My taxi license is still here. If they tell me, I will not believe it. I don't have money like the other taxi drivers, but I'm happy. You need to learn to be happy with your life, contented with it. And when you decide on a thing, you stand on it. You stand. Man, if I look front and look back, I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive. To be honest. What matters to me now is staying alive. It's not money or this. Learn to be patient and manage what you have and be happy with life. There are so many of my taxi colleagues that are gone. So these are the things that even made me to be wise. So many people that I know in Vienna that are no more, they are dead, gone. People we rocked life with. Men, if any human being that is alive that don't remember that people die, that human beings die, that person is not intelligent. At times you make out time and think general about life. Man, if you see, sometimes I said, so some of the guys we rocked life, we went to club together, we went to restaurants together, many of them are no more. Many were buried here in Vienna, some taken back to their home countries. Today they have turned to dust. We that are alive, we need to, celebrate every minute of our life and be happy. This life, I just, the way I see life is different from how I saw it years back. To be honest, I'm at peace with myself. I'm not stressed. That is, I'm not after money, 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 money. If I don't have, I drink water. Wake up each morning, I'm happy that I'm alive. My elder sister died last year. I've lost my parents. Sometimes when I'm at home, I said, there was a time my father was here on earth. My mother was here on earth. A brother was here. So many friends that we've lost. And one day, everybody watching, all of us will leave this earth. So that's why I learned to celebrate every minute of my life and try to be happy. Try to be happy. Even these guys that go to extreme, if you hurt people because of you want to make money, you are not going to live forever. You will not live forever. Yes. You that want to hurt somebody because of money, or you want to dispossess somebody of his personal belonging, you are not going to live forever. One day, you will be gone. And let me tell you something. There are some actions. Go ask elders, people that are spiritual. There are some actions. When you take it, it will shorten your life or it will bring calamity your way. Be careful. Life is spiritual. There are some actions, if you take it, if you are supposed to live for till 70 years, you will live only 50 years. If you are supposed to live till 40 years, you die at the age of 25. Some actions will shorten your life. Be careful. It's juju too. Juju shortens life. In a situation where juju does not shorten your life, juju will make you mad. If you see what the after effect of juju, you dare not touch it. I saw the after effect of juju, and that's why I don't. People never see it. Experience is the best teacher. Go try. I promised myself, I said, never in life, I can never. All my life I've been walking naturally. Let me give you guys a typical example. My Facebook page stood still for many years. No comments, no follower for many years. I kept, publishing posting, At the time I stopped going live on Facebook, I said, man, I only go live on TikTok and YouTube. Guess what? One day I said, let me continue to post video just casually. I posted videos. More than 4 or 5 videos went viral. Some are at 600,000 views now. Guess what? Under a space of 1 month, I got like 18,000 followers on Facebook, and it's still going. 18,000 followers. From 17,000, my Facebook page now is about 34,000 or thereabouts. 18,000 followers or more. You see life. When it is your time, nobody can stop it. Yes, some things are tested. When it is your time, nobody can stop it. You just need to wait for the right time. When nature smiles at you, the doors of blessings will open unto you. Don't force nature. Don't force nature. Well, guys, let me just end this broadcast here. Tomorrow is another day. So, learn to wait for your time. Don't hurt nobody because of money. You are not going to live forever. If you hurt somebody else, if you hurt someone, other people will hurt you too. Story plenty. Tomorrow we continue. So guys, good night from here. Let me relax a bit. Take care of yourselves. So, but it don't mean say we be coward. It doesn't mean that we are coward. You got the gist. There are situations you need to defend your territory too. Bankbook appreciates you. So, see you guys tomorrow.